Episode will be outdated episode every second. Like this system of keeping up with tech,
I don't use social media.
your next destination to keep up with trends. I don't get the all good stuff from ChatGPT or OpenAI. As of today, what is trending? Do you know, or do you aware of the things that are trending as of right now? You can check the trending ones from the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. YouTube have a special trending tab. So how do you keep up with trending stuff? Today we're gonna plan to discuss about it. The ways that we used to track trending things and the ways that you can follow to trend things. Hi, I'm Udara,
I'm kind of
your host. Yeah, that's the other host. Aiboan.
I won.
To another episode. You should find ways to keep up with trends. Okay. So, Maja, actually, what is something that is trending? How do you define something that whether it is trending or not?
Yep. So most of the time we get to see, I think, the algorithm curated ones, right? But actually, like in it depends on the geographical location that we stay, and also based on the algorithm and our preferences, the trending things like we see in the social media, it kind of differ, right?
Yeah. When you Machang segmented the word trending, it's a really vast, like a field of view, Machang. When it comes to social media, it's social media trending, like Facebook trending, YouTube trending. When it comes to tech, it's basically AI now.
Yeah.
That's the trending part, right? So the idea for this topic was Machang actually came from Apple. Actually, at the current state, Machang, Apple is really lagging behind in the AI world, AI race, right? What happened actually, if you take the bigger picture, Machang, Apple didn't keep up with the trends actually, Machang.
Yeah.
They had this curated like what do you call formula, secret formula, that they didn't do any innovation up until Vision Pro. What they did was Machan, they just let others release certain new things. Then they took their terms onto it, and they took their time, and they released a version or thing that actually no one else thought about, but it's actually behind in the tech landscape. This was like their success formula for years, Macha. But all of a sudden, with OpenAI and all the large language models and chat GPTs and everything, many of the companies jumped into this ship of AI, Macha. Now, what Apple did was, Macha, they stick to their formula, success formula, but after like 2 years now, they are officially announced that they are not able to deliver the promises they made in AI world, like 2 days ago, Macha. So that made me think, Macha. Actually, keeping up with trends or keeping up with what's trending is actually good. Not for all the times, not all the times, Macha, but sometimes it's good. Whether it is in tech or social media or anywhere in the world, the things that trending yesterday is not trending on today. So that's really hard. That's the point of trending, Machang. It's really hard to keep up with. As you mentioned, Bang, when it comes to social media, Facebook is still the number one with the specific geographic location that we live in, basically Sri Lanka. So when it goes to other worlds, Machang, it's a totally different landscape, Machang. It's, if you count US, it's now Twitter, now X, they call it X now. I still call it Twitter. And it's mostly Twitter and TikTok now. It used to be Twitter and YouTube, but now it's Twitter and TikTok. So they just say that when they make a conversation, yeah, they just go like, "Did you see the trending video on TikTok?" So they just go like that, Machan. So yeah, the whole point of today's episode, Machan, we want to discuss about not the trending ones, because this episode will be, if we did that, Machan, episode will be outdated episode every second.
Yeah.
The trend was gone, but we want to clarify, or we want to actually explain the way that we as tech enthusiasts, how we keep up with trends. Like, this system of keeping up with tech has been evolved when we were back in university. Up until now, we are in professional workspace. So it's better to optimize the topic today to how to keep up with trends in 2025. So yeah, so now we got away the points like what is trend, what is trending. So let's get into the topic of Machan, like how to keep up with trending things. So I have my very own way, or I have my very own specific resources that I use to keep up with trends, Machan. So before that, let's start with you, ba.
Me.
Kanishka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't use social media for the for my personal things. I don't use social media. Like, I don't have Facebook. I think me and Udar, we both don't have like Facebook profile, Instagram profile, and recently you deactivate X handle as well, right? To react. Yeah. So me and Udar, we both don't have any personal accounts in each of the social media. Only we are using right now is LinkedIn, right? With purely for our professional background. So for me,
So since
yeah,
small shameless plugin, Macha.
yeah.
Since we are talking about social media that are not our own, so you guys should check out the podcast, Aprender podcast, social media. We are everywhere in our social platforms. We highly anticipated and highly active on Twitter, mostly on LinkedIn, Macha. Whether it is LinkedIn, X, or you call Twitter, whether it is YouTube, or whether it is Facebook or Instagram, or even in TikTok, Macha. It's just Aprender Podcast, at Aprender Podcast. Just search it, follow it, share the videos with your friends and colleagues. If you want the links, we will put the links in the description of this video, whether you are listening to this or watching this video. Mostly our trend in this podcast, Macha. We usually put the audio episode out rather than the video episode. Then later, at least after like 2 days, we will put out the video. So make sure you guys follow everywhere that we are available as Aprender Podcast. Aprender Podcast will be your next destination to keep up with trends. Please go on, Macha.
So that's little bit of a advertisement related to Aprender podcast. So yeah, so as Udar asked me before, so yeah, we both, we don't use social media, not in for our personal things, but when it comes to keeping up with the trends, what I do is I follow LinkedIn, and most of the time I think when compared a couple of years back, LinkedIn is kind of, they are like keeping up with the trends, because there are people who are actually talking about new trends. Since my professional my practice is sort of going forward into security, and in there they talk about security trends, and also there are trending topics related to something going on in the world, most related to elections and some tech related stuff. But and also I use YouTube to check the trends as well. Recently Udara has introduced me YouTube Studio app. To be honest, I haven't used it recently when he actually introduced to me that because there's a specific tab for us to see what is trending, and we can actually follow the topics and keep up with the trends, what is happening in YouTube as well. And yeah, and sometimes I ask from GTV, or I ask from Perplexity AI. That's it. And I'm pretty sure, because most of the time, like when we ask about trending and all, if you are going to ask from a AI model, um, to be honest, I haven't received like a really good answer when it comes to trending. I think it's due to my prompt that I had given to the AI, but I'm pretty sure like if I give a really good, focused, narrowed down prompt for the ChatGPT or Perplexity AI for to give me some sort of a like a trending topic on it, they will probably give it to me. But up to now, I solely depend on LinkedIn and YouTube. And to be honest, I haven't used X or Twitter in a long, long time. I know Dara, you are like really following Twitter and keeping up with the trends. And for my surprise, now and then, like I get to listen to Sri Lankan news as well. Okay, so I don't listen to it, like I don't sit on the in front of the TV at 7 o'clock in the evening listen to news. But when I travel to work and when I stay at my home, parents they used to watch it, so I get to listen to news. And I think because of that, I'm somehow keeping up with the trends in Sri Lanka, political dramas and everything in Sri Lanka. So yeah, so that's it. How about you, Udar?
Yeah. That interesting point of view actually unlocked with your sources of what do you call finding trends. The trends actually, this is a really fascinating topic, Machan. Trends are actually really what do you call customized, Machan. For both of us, Machan, we don't check for the trending things on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere. We just look for specific trending things to match our professional careers.
Yeah,
I'm correct, right?
yeah.
From LinkedIn or even from Twitter, most of the times I don't use my personal Twitter handle now. I use the Aprender podcast Twitter handle because I don't like to use social media, but my main source of information actually from Twitter. And the narrative I have is Maja. The things I'm looking out for trending, most of the time it will be for something that related to my career or my what do you call professional workspace, or a topic that will be really intriguing to the podcast. Other than that, I don't look for any trending things. Like I don't look for the trending Facebook videos or YouTube videos. I actually, to be honest, I don't care about those because I don't have that much time to focus on such things. And I gave up on that a long time ago, bang, because I thought that it's not relevant to me. Way back before I even started my professional careers, I gave up on social media. So whether it is good or bad, I don't know. But I see a lot of people use social media for a lot of things, but most of the times, it's for memes, right?
Memes, yeah.
Yeah, trending videos. What do you call in single Atal videos or Atal post? That's the narrative, right?
Yeah, for our own amazement and our own entertainment.
Yeah. So I don't look for that anymore. So we both, for me and Kanishka, our niche on trending, it's most probably related to our careers, or most probably it will be on trending on tech, right? That's why I started this episode with Apple and all the tech blah blah blah. So Kanishk also made a really good point that this will be the specific tools and specific sites that we use are for us Macha. For most of the people in Sri Lanka and all over the world, news is the main source of what do you call information and the what do you call the collection of trends much.
Yeah.
Twitter also not only on trending things that are good for us much. There are a lot of things that are really bad for us on Twitter. Now I think nowadays I see a lot of unwanted or unrelated things on LinkedIn as well much. There are like really scams going on with recruiters and certain promotions. Other than that Machan, I think for my personal framework of finding trending things Machan, main source will be Twitter. And there are some websites that I follow like 9 to 5 Mac, The Verge, and even like certain videos like MKBHD. Other than that, Twitter is the most go-to place for my tech trends or what do you call professional trending locators. But most of the time LinkedIn will be the professional thing, but if I do R&D or anything for not an R&D for researchers for Twitter for podcast, the Twitter will be the most reliable source that I found. And even to talk about AI, with my experience, I don't use ChatGPT premium version much, and so I don't get the all good stuff from ChatGPT or OpenAI. So now I'm using Grok, which is made by Twitter. The thing is, I found fascinated Machang when I do search something on Grok or do ask from something on Grok, he just basically have all the data set on current state with Twitter. So he basically find things from Twitter. So that will narrow down all the scape of Twitter trends to small bits that will help for me. And also it has the internet access, so he will get the information from all over the internet up until the date they have or he has the data set off. So that's a really good way that I found, and I updated to my framework. Other than that much, these are the only ways that I keep track of trending stuff. But for you guys, I think for normal beings, not tech junkies or not any specific persons, I think if you want news right onto your device, I think Helakuru having SNA or something, it's a news outlet, I think it's really good. You guys should check that out also. Other than that, I don't use any, or I'm not recommending anyone else to use. Like, yeah.
Back in the day, I remember Twitter had a feature, X had a feature where we can like subscribe or enable notification from text messages, right? Do they still have that?
No, they don't. Actually, Elon cut out all the SMS related features from Twitter, Machan, because it's, as per him, it's really costing a fortune for them. So they gave up on text message related things, but not even two-factor authentication is not now coming to text in Twitter. So yeah, in Sri Lanka, I'm strictly recommending not to check trending tab on YouTube. It's really don't give something out for you to get a knowledge. If someone is murdered or something, or some robbery is happening, or even like abduction, that those videos will be trending on YouTube. So I don't see that something as productive or something as good, but for some people it might be. So I'm not blaming, but I'm just saying it's not reliable, because anyone can create a video with even the AI and everything. You can just generate a video using a prompt. So I think look out for more reliable resources when it comes to news machang actually. So I think I saw early in today in Twitter also machang, Al Jazeera is trending because of Ranil Wickremesinghe's interview with them. So Al Jazeera even have some fumbles machang, but they are more than professional compared to Sri Lankan media. So yeah, no, I can't just put a pointer whether to follow these news outlets, these news outlets. I just basically can't machang. So when it comes to news machang, I think you use a platform whether they deliver, where they deliver a good, or where they give like really good tools to filter out actual news machang, to filter out fake news. So for example machang, in Twitter there's the feature called community notes. If someone is posting something related to certain controversial thing, the community can add a note on that post saying this is fake, this is not true, actually this is the thing that happened. Then people can vote for it, and that actually been really effective machang. In Twitter, if you see certain posts like let's say Ranil Wickremesinghe, this might be controversial, Ranil Wickremesinghe started the battle under, so someone is posting that, so you can put a comment saying no, this is not true, or someone can put a comment saying yeah, this is true. So out from those results from the people, or based on the community's feedback, those community notes will summarize outlet saying whether this is true or not. So that's a really good feature that Twitter implemented. Yeah, Macha.
Yep. In Sri Lanka, I think the only like source of information which is not biased, or that we can find something like really relevant data, I think it's numbers.lk.
Yeah. They do a lot of good things, Macha. But the thing is, Machang, I saw back in the COVID days, Machang, I think Banuka's team started a startup called Watchdogs. They used to fact checking, but now I think, and they work directly with Facebook. I think as Facebook, or what you call it, Meta, they don't have their own fact checking mechanism, Machang. They just outsource it to third parties. So Watchdog did a brilliant job in Sri Lanka. But I think starting from this year, Mark Zuckerberg announced that they are not gonna outsource fact checkings, because the most of the fact checkings regarding foreign countries in US or Europe, they were like biased. So they have found evidence regarding those fact checkers being biased. So they gave up on those things, and they started the same tool that Elon created in Twitter. Basically Facebook or Meta copying community notes feature much. It's good much because Elon just genuinely wanted to stop the fake news spreading thing in his platform, and he made that feature open source so anyone can implement that. So I think Mark Zuckerberg is implementing it in the Facebook or Meta suite of apps like Instagram and Facebook and everywhere, even on WhatsApp most probably, or hopefully, because since we are talking about WhatsApp is the biggest fake news or fake trends distributor in the entire world. It's really easy, bang. If you see a fake news, you just can forward that to someone. He will forward that to certain one, so it will get spread like a wildfire using actual humans. That's really bad, right? So that's happening. I think I saw certain articles regarding Telegram implementing certain fact-checking things, Machan. I'm not sure whether it is a feature like community note or not, but I think, I'm not saying that community notes is the most accurate or most reliable feature, but when it comes to fact-checking on news, but so far it's the well-performed one, Machan. So that's good. So when we talk about today's topic specifically, Machang, when you find trending things, Machang, it's really hard to filter out the fake ones or the real ones, right? So we have to use all the technology in our arsenal to filter out those things. I think ChatGPT, Grok, or many AI tools are doing really good job. The key thing with actually information, Machang, I think the most, let's say if a certain person sharing certain thing, Machang, I think I'll quote this, Machang. I think the being able to hear better information and change your opinion on something is like the greatest human trait that we have. So this current state of the world or human state is much really fast track to be really evolved in a phase that it's really hard to keep up with, right? So being open-minded is one thing that you can filter out certain trends or news, macha. Other than that, those are the tools that I'm using. It's not a lot. Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube with specific channels, macha, when it comes to MKBHD or The Verge or Bloomberg. I do use Bloomberg. They do really good coverage on tech stuff, macha. Yeah, those are the tools that I use, macha. The next part I want to talk about today also regarding to avoid such fake news or fake trends that we already discussed, Macha. Yeah, anything else we missed, Macha?
No. I was just thinking when you were talking about the like seeing fake news and everything else. When we interact with fake news and stuff like that, our algorithm also, you know, changes to show more of the same stuff. And when even though like let's say we are consistently looking at people news about accidents and news about robberies and stuff like that, and those are the things that actually we see when we open any social media, right? And when we see that in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the night, we tend to believe that uh, everything everything is going to be a robbery, everything is going to be an accident, and we will be scared to even take a public transport or even to drive the vehicles or stuff like that. So we need to be really be mindful of the things that we actually consume in social media.
Also, Machang, also I saw said that now the thing is, Machang, it's really good to follow trends. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, Machang, because if you stop the day you stop keeping up with trends, you will fall behind. Whether you are in a professional workspace or a day-to-day life, Machang, the term that we use when we fall back behind on trendings, Machang, අපි දැන් වයසයි.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a like you don't need to hear from everyone to take a good decision, Majang. You just need more information, more clear information, and be open-minded on the information that you are receiving. Because as I mentioned, Majang, Bloomberg is good, but one day Bloomberg might be lying or making conspiracy theories. So you have to be open-minded and change your opinion on that. This is more like news or trends related, or even more deeply integrated to, I think, politics much. If don't be loyal to certain politician or certain party, you just have to look for the bigger picture on whether they are doing actual something good or not. So yeah, it's really hard to keep up with trends actually, but use certain tools. I use Twitter, LinkedIn. We both use both the same things. The latest addition to Kanishka was YouTube Studio. That is really good. They show us certain topics that are trending things that are really helpful on the podcast level. Other than that, Machang, I use really specific sites. I will mention those in the description of the episode. So that's it. This is came. I just wanted. I took the example of Apple being falling behind because they haven't followed the trend, and it went a bit deep, but I think we both covered the things that we wanted to explain. This will be a short episode, but actually we want to highlight a really good point. I think, like, misinformation or fake news is still a problem even after, like, we are decades or 2 decades or deep in technology and advancement. So yeah, if you're a student, keep up with trend. If you are like adult or professional person, keep up with trends. The day you stop keep up with trends, the day you will fall behind. So find better sources of information to update your knowledge or keep up with trends, Maja. Yeah, that's it we wanted to cover for today's episode, right, Maja?
Yep.
I think hope you guys learn something from this or take something out from this. Please check our last episode. I will put the link anywhere from, like, here or here. It was actually really good. We had really good feedback on that video actually. We will do a part 2 of last week's episode in coming days. Again, we are if you are watching the video that say that point I said that I will put a link over here or there, you just have to check that in YouTube. Yeah, I will put the link for last week's episode in the description also. So it's Aprender podcast everywhere. Follow us on LinkedIn, X, formerly known as Twitter. Even Facebook. We don't actually active on Facebook, we just put our content on Facebook. We are recommending you to reach to us in YouTube, or more highly recommending to reach us on LinkedIn. We are also really active on Twitter also. At least I'm really active on Twitter. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. So hope you guys enjoy this episode or learn something from this episode of today. So then catch you guys on the next episode. Yeah.
Jaya.